So, my favourite character used to be Iron Man until I saw the third film and I hated him as a character because he acts like an arrogant person and he thinks he's better than everyone else. My favourite character now is Doctor Strange because of his superpowers, abilities. I think he was a bit similar to Iron Man, but he became a better character as the film got along. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I really liked Doctor Strange. He's such an awesome superhero as well. So this question's quite difficult to answer, but my favourite film quote is Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days from The Lion King. And that quote stuck with me forever. Lion King's one of my favourite films and I really love it because it's about family, it's about sticking together, it's about if the world turns its back, you turn your back on it, because the world can be such a bad place sometimes, but you can reap good things from it as well. Like, only your connections, all the people in your life are good, and all the good moments happen. You should never worry about the bad stuff. I don't really know because I don't really watch anime, like that. But I have a film that I like, which is called A Silent Voice. And my favourite character is the boy from the film, the main character in the film, because he's trying to repair the mistake that he previously did when he bullied the girl in the school, when they were in primary school. And he tried to repair that mistake. It's hard to forgive yourself if you've done something bad, so you ask other people to forgive you. I think that's why he tried to become her friend, because she has a hearing condition as well. I would recommend that film. It's a very good film if you haven't seen Silent Voice. So the question is, do you like Harry Potter? What do you think my answer is? No, I do not. Well, I don't think they're the same thing. They are similar. I understand why you asked that question, because you can make TikTok videos on the app and then download and upload it to YouTube as a YouTube short. So I understand why you asked that, but it's not the same thing. So I haven't seen this particular documentary, but I could watch it so I could review it on my YouTube channel if you want me to do that. And I do like these kind of documentaries. They're very insightful of how the world was before humans existed, which is amazing. However, I don't really like Stephen Fry, to be honest. He's such a turn off. He's the worst comedian that I've ever known. He's not even that funny. I don't know why people class him as a comedian. I know it's not relevant to what I'm saying, but yeah. But I think he could be a good narrator for this type of thing. But I do like those nature documentaries as well, and paleo documentaries too. You get to learn about the Stone Age and what it's like. It's amazing, So, what is your favourite sci-fi movie? There are loads that I like, but my favourite one is Arrival. It's a very good sci-fi film if you haven't seen it. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times. And I wrote an essay about it as well, and I did a video called Genre Theory on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen that video already. I really like the story of it, and there are a lot of themes that it has related to sci-fi. And I wrote an essay about it in university. And it's a very good film. And the performances from the actors are awesome as well. And the shots, the set design, everything is so good. What kind of question is that? My battery percent is 100%. Why do you need to know? It's not really your concern, so you should mind your own business. So the question is, do you like South Park? Well, I used to, because it was a funny show at the time. It was on Comedy Central every evening from around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the night time. And it was funny. It was a funny show at the time. I know people take offense to it. I understand why you take offense to it. The themes that are on this show, the stories or the episodes they include, to mock other celebrities and to mock real life situations and things that have gone on the news. It's not just the only cartoon that does it. There's other ones like The Simpsons, Family Guy and all that. They are crossing the line, I think. There's a line that you can not cross. And I think people do take offense to that. I get it, you know. And I have made a video about it, saying that I regret watching the show because of certain things, which I'm not going to get into too much. Right, so the stress reliever that I turn to is ASMR videos and relaxing music videos. It's so therapeutic and very relaxing for me, and I'm able to sleep at night, and it really helps. Also, I do go to the gym to do some exercise and go for long walks, because those are the only times I'm not on my phone or in front of a computer or anything like that. That is a good question, you know. So one of those films that scared me was Monster House. When I first saw the film, I was scared. But I don't think it's that scary anymore since I've become older. So, and it's a long time since I've watched it. I believe this film, The Haunted Mansion, was another scary horror film when I was a kid. But I think it's more comical now than it was when I first watched it. So, since these two are not scary enough, I did find this question difficult to answer, to be fair. But this is a series actually called Goosebumps when I was a kid. And it used to be on Jetix, and it was a scary program on TV. Especially there's one scene that I very much could recall about this boy. I think it's an episode where this boy goes to a fun fair and he sees his camera. Then the next day it made him seem like a large sized person. So he was more bigger than he was previously. His appearance started changing or something. I can't really remember, but I remember being scared with Goosebumps. It's more scary than the other two, I would say, when I was a kid, so. This question's easy to answer, you know. My favourite DC superhero is Batman. I liked how he is, and he doesn't need superpowers to fight off enemies and stuff. So he has his own technology that he created himself in order to combat crime. Plus, I think I like the Dark Knight trilogy more than the other Batman stuff. The TV series of it was good, the animated one and the first 1960s one. But I like the Dark Knight more because of how the story of his character was developed. And I think the director of the film did very well to portray him as a vulnerable character that psychologically understands heroes and villains. You must watch Dark Knight series. I watched it so many times and I still love it. Well, in terms of Marvel, I've already answered this question. And you can see who my favourite superhero is because of Doctor Strange using his technokinetics ability to control things with his own powers, with his own hands, and he does start off as arrogant, then he starts to improve throughout the film. And I really like this film as well, and the character as well. It was just an awesome character. He was just an awesome character in my opinion. So
TikTok is better, obviously.
this film is my comfort film. It's called Mr. Bean's Holiday. As you can tell, this film cracks me up because there are so many funny moments in that film. I laughed from start to finish. His character makes me laugh as well, and I could watch this film on repeat and I still laugh. I watched this film so many times and yeah, I find it hilarious. In the past, I have used Hot or Not. It's basically an app where you have to rate someone else's attractiveness based on their profile photo. And there's people that are near your area, within the local area, that you could rate. But I wouldn't really recommend it because it's quite a controversial one. It's just mostly about appearances rather than personality. Another app that I've used is called Tinder, and basically it's a bit like Hot or Not, except there's more to it. But I didn't really use it for that long, so yeah. And you can meet people in real life, so I don't see the point of having a dating app. There are a lot of trends that really piss me off, but the trend on social media that really irritates me more than anything else is about having the perfect image. Like, if you have to have the perfect body, the perfect life, the perfect face, you need to be attractive, you need to have an attractive life, you need to have an aesthetically pleasing post for people to like your image more and for you to gain more followers and all that shit. But I find it so annoying. I just hate it. I think they always put pressure on you to post something. But if you know you have a crap image, why are you posting? Because it's quite embarrassing, you know. And I always feel that's how society wants us to be. They always want us to be perfect all the fucking time. and it just drives me mental. To be honest, I haven't got the slightest idea which one is better. I think it really depends. I couldn't really care to answer this question. So when I was younger, I used to like Teletubbies. I was a huge fan of it when I was younger. I even had the beddings, everything of every Teletubbies memorabilia. I used to love Pingu when I was younger. I still watch the Roadman videos of it. It's pretty funny as well. That penguin's such a savage. Also, I like this animation. I don't know, I like both of the Mr. Bean stuff. But I think I prefer the animation because that's what I grew up with. But the live action version is funny as well. And the films. Also, I do like the Wife and Kids sitcom. I just found it funny. Like, especially the dad. He actually makes me laugh. And another black sitcom, just like Wife and Kids, is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's funny. I enjoyed watching it. Even when it's on repeat, I still love watching it. It's one of my favourite sitcoms as well. I'm a huge lover of the sitcom genre. And speaking of the sitcom genre, I love Not Going Out. I know it's very white and a bit of middle class here and there, but I still like it. It's just one of the most funniest sitcoms I ever watched in my life. And the people seem like hilarious. They're all comedians, most of them, so yeah. I know this show is not the light-hearted, but I really like it. I watch it like repeatedly on Sky. That's one of my favourite programs on Sky. Until the 8th, but it was good to begin with. Then I don't know what the fuck happens with the last 3 series. So yeah. So this is the film that I think is magical. There's the scene where she makes her friend fly up in the sky with her powers in that scene. I'm a huge fan of Roald Dahl books. Until this film came out, and I thought, why are they turning it into a musical? It's just a silly idea. It kind of ruins it as well. I heard this one's more dark than the other one, even though the other one has a bit of dark elements to it as well. Another film is The Iron Giant. This film brought back so many memories for me. I just really love it. It's just childhood nostalgia. Well, to be honest, I think it really depends. I wouldn't really say it will happen, but 99.9% of the time it will not really happen. They could like your post, because I had some verified creators like my posts on social media and that. But in my humble opinion, I don't think they will comment that much. If you have something to say that's pretty important, or something that they like or dislike about what you posted, maybe they could comment or something, I don't know. There are so many franchises I really like. I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise, and I do like the Avengers films, which are in the MCU. Iron Man, I do like that as well. Maybe Thor, but I don't really know, not really. And I do enjoy John Wick. That is some kick-ass stuff. I really like John Wick. And Toy Story, I like, Indiana Jones as well. Secret Love of Pets. But my favourite franchise is the Minions and Despicable Me franchise. They are so entertaining. They make me laugh. Senseless. I could watch them all day if I could. And the animation looks great. I find them very funny. And I wish I had Minion memorabilia in my house.
This one. This one. And this one.
You have until Christmas Day to find this account. I've used no hashtags or any trending sounds or audios. For the people who found this account, make sure you stay tuned. I've got a surprise for y'all.
Instead of me telling you, let me show you.
I can't feel no better.
Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. It's the same name as my username for TikTok. So you could subscribe, get notified, and comment on anything. And share with your friends as well. And whoever wants to know about my channel, or should know about my channel. So, that's it. Okay, so there was this kids show I used to like when I was younger. It goes like this. I had to sing the feature. I'm not a good singer, but let me try. Red, green, yellow, blue. This is what is got for you. I can't remember the other part. But it was a very good show, I remember. If you know what I'm singing, please let me know what the show's called. Hi everyone. The question is, the Q&A question I meant, is can you help me get 1000k followers on TikTok? I know my content is random, but I try to stick to the theme of my intended target audience in terms of what kind of content I'm producing. Like, I do a lot of film stuff, TV stuff, and tech stuff on my TikTok and internet trends. But please follow and show some support. It's completely free to follow me because I'm not gonna earn money from it. I'm just benefiting through the numbers. So how I deal with haters? Well, I tend to ignore most of the time, or because I don't want it to worry me. But there's times where I do worry about what they say that could affect me in the long term. Like, sometimes people do like to criticize you for your content or the way you are or the way you look. And it's hard to take when you've experienced something like that before. And I've experienced things like that. Like, someone has deeply affected me as a person. And it's not very easy for me to take. because I try my best to produce content for people and to do what I can do to make people happy, I guess, but I think I should stop satisfying others and just satisfy myself, because that's the only way that I can make myself happy. It's not worry about what people are saying, because there's times where I have broken down in tears because of what someone said. Even if it's a small critique, I have cried over it. One time I cried real bad, and it affected me long term because I kept worrying about what the person's saying instead of worried about making myself happy. I worried about what other people are saying behind my back, not how well I've done. And yeah. This is the video, folks, that I've been watching. But I've slept through it, so yeah. It keeps you relaxed, and it helps me get into a deep sleep quickly. So you should try and it keeps me relaxed. That's what I have to tell you. Hello everyone, I am back. I'm going to answer this Q&A question. 5 animated and 5 live action. The first film is My Neighbor Totoro. I like this film. It's I think it's my favourite Studio Ghibli film that I like. It's such a great animation. I love it. The story was great. The second animation is The Red Turtle. This is such good animation. You should check this animation out. You get to hear the sounds of nature in this animation. That's how good it is. Third film, Rise of the Guardians. Such a great animation. I think it's a huge blockbuster in my own opinion. So I know people will come for me about this film, but I really love it. It's my favourite Disney film ever. It's better than a new one. And yeah, I love it. The story just brings back memories, really. Another film that brings back memories is The Iron Giant. I really love childhood nostalgia films or anything to do with that. So yes, this film brings back memories for me. Mr. Bean's Holiday, another film. This is the first live action that brings back memories. I am a huge fan of Mr. Bean. And a lot of people don't like him, but I really do, so yeah. This is such a good documentary. The second time I watched it. The first time I didn't really warm up to it. The second time, this documentary hits the spot. I really like the sounds of nature in it. And it's such a powerful film in my opinion. This film is a bit like a documentary, but it's not. It's more of a drama. You must check it out. I don't really hear people talk about this film, and I actually really like the film, so. Tomboy. I love this director's work. She's one of my favourite female directors, I would say. All her films are always about sexuality, gender, identity. You should check out her work. This film, you should check this out. I know it's Pride Month, you might have to check this out. The last film I'm going to talk about is Queen of Glory. It came out a couple years ago, but I went to see the film last year when I was helping out during the curation at the cinema. And no one is even mentioning this film. The director did everything herself. It's such a good film.